just make sure it's kosher. Lean on me like Bill Withers until you smell the roses.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber diatribe. You see the thumbnail, man. Whose influence is worse? So I did a live about it, but I'm gonna break it down in this aspect. I saw a clip of Logan Paul talking about like Andrew Tate and how Andrew Tate's views were probably going to get him banned or blocked, which it did to a degree. And I thought about it and I was like, well, and shout out to Mediocre Tutorial Reviews, MTR. Shout out to him and O'Shea. They both were kind of playing off of each other. When I saw a clip of him and O'Shea did a video about it, where you can have freedom of speech, but that doesn't mean your speech needs to be tolerable. So if people can't tolerate your speech, they might get rid of you, even though you might not be saying anything, quote unquote, against guidelines. Somebody will make a way because I just can't hear something like that. But what's interesting to me is when we think long-term stuff, I think, okay, what's more of an issue? Is Logan Paul and Jake Paul, is their influence worse on society than Andrew Tate's? And I would say it's the Jake Paul and Logan Paul, because at least with Andrew Tate, he does talk about work and work ethic and having to struggle and having to deal with adversity. Logan Paul and Jake Paul, to me, are living a dream. They living the dream. And nothing's wrong with that. But do you want a society of people following that model of, I could just play with Pokemon cards and sell them and people love it. Or I'll go to a you know, I'll do pranks on people and I'll get rich. Or I'll go to a forest where people delete themselves and post it and they go, oh, I didn't know what I was doing. Like that seems to be fun, right? And I think that's more detrimental to society, because when you have that type of dynamic, you have people going around causing trouble with regular people for views and hopefully money. And you see it in how people basically, they'll follow the quote unquote algorithm, right? And you'll see it because you see videos of people saying, hey man, you know, how bad would I beat your whatever? Or you see people going around destroying stuff, or, you know, just pranking people for, or creating situations to go, see, and they're trying to create a certain narrative. And it's like, people are like, get a life, get a job, do something, because now you're being an aggravation. And then you see a person like Andrew Tate, and it's like, I don't like what he's saying. I really don't like what he's saying. What he's saying gets under my skin. And what he's saying is, as far as relationships and common sense or hard-nosed ethic or work ethic, it's, if you took the relationship part out of this conversation, you would go, that's what I'm talking about. And when we're at a point where if you don't like his views on relationships or his views on the society or the reality that we all live in, that's fine. But would you want yours, if you had a son, would you want your son to take the path of Logan Paul or Andrew Tate? And people would say, of course, look at Logan Paul is rich. Andrew Tate's rich. But who would you rather your kid grow to be as far as thought process? Because I'm fast forward this thing. If Logan Paul has kids, would you want him to raise his? I want Logan Paul to raise his kids just like he does it and put that out into society. Or if Andrew Tate has kids, I want him to teach his kids how he thinks and put that into society. Because I would say that if Logan Paul and Jake Paul had kids and they raise their kids the way they do things publicly, those kids would probably be quitters in society and entitled. And I would say if Andrew Tate had kids and he raised those kids will probably be go-getters, and they'll be able to deal with adversity and actually overcome adversity. So for me, it's like, which one is the worst influence? Like I said, I would have to take Logan and Jake Paul. So just because of that dynamic. I could be wrong, but let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die. Try and catch you on the next one. Peace.